Hey guys, in this video I want to show you how I made this ghillie suit. The base is clothing from Leo Köhler. You can find them on Facebook. It's a German company, it's high quality, so I really like this stuff. I have some reviews about their clothing on my homepage, so check out my homepage. The pattern is ATEX FG, foliage green, so it's green pattern. They also have got ATEX AU, arid urban, it's grey pattern. Or check out homepage of ATEX, you can also find them on Facebook. And now I want to show you how I made this ghillie suit. At first let me show you what you need. You need a base layer. In this case it's high quality uniform by Leo Köhler. It's a smock, so it's a jacket with lots of pockets on it. And that's what I really like, so I can carry all my stuff with me. And also pants from Leo Köhler, big pockets and knee pads. This will be the base for the whole ghillie suit. For ventilation I'm using this heavy mesh, also in ATEX. And for the front, for reinforcements and also to make it waterproof, I use fedora. In this case it's 500 denier fedora. It's strong but still flexible. And this together will make the base for the final camouflage material. For camouflage I use this Czech army net. It's got a light green, brown, dark green. I really like it because it has got this mossy look. Additional to it I will use German camo net, but only pieces of it because it looks some kind of leafy and it can help me break out my outline quite good. You can see there's already net attached to it, so I don't have to buy separate net. I also use classic burlap. It's already dyed, and I use brown, green, and maybe some other browns and greens. I have like a lot of it right there. I have made a video how to change color of burlap. You can use normal textile color. I will link the video in the description. Also use some EC paint, or let's say spray paint, to change color of this net, and some raffia because it looks like grass. I maybe will also buy some light colored raffia, but it's kind of too light. Okay, let's go to the first step. Since the ghillie suit is quite thick and warm, it's important to build in ventilation. So I will remove the whole back of the pants and the back side of the jacket, and I will replace it with this heavy mesh. You can buy heavy mesh, fedora and all raw materials you need at Tactical Trim. They are located in Germany, in Berlin, and they sell like a lot of raw materials. I will start with the jacket, and I will use this material to build some extra pockets. So first I need to make a cut, and now I cut off the back piece. For me it's not important that it's like a clean cut, because it's a ghillie suit and later you will not see it and it's not like a wedding dress or something. Okay, done. Here we got the pants, and for me it's also important to have ventilation on my pants. I will start from underneath the pocket and I will cut to here because I want to keep the lowest part with this fabric, since there are a lot of bushes and all this stuff. And for ventilation this will be enough. Again, for me it's not important to make a clean raw cut because it's a ghillie suit. This time I also want to have ventilation on my arms, so I just cut this arm open, so we'll have some cool ventilation, and we'll do the same on the other side. But I have to watch out, the ventilation has to be on top of the arm, not on the downside, because when I'm crawling I don't want to have mesh on the ground. Now I cut out all my holes for ventilation, so now I can start with my heavy mesh, and I will cut them in almost the right size but a bit bigger, and then I will start to sew it on. But at first I cut all these small pieces I need. Now you can see all the pieces. Those are for pants. The small triangle ones are for the arms. You can see it will make the arms a bit wider, but for me it's okay because this jacket is kind of tight on the arms. And this is for the back. Before I start sewing in those net pieces, I will start to cut the cordura, since it will be easier for me to sew in the cordura inside the arms and the legs when it's open like this. Then I can walk with the sewing machine and it's quite easy for me. Same with the legs. So when I close this, it's almost impossible to sew inside the legs to attach more cordura on front. So now I will cut the cordura and sew it on. Okay, now I want to cut the cordura for the front side of the pants. I want to have cordura from up here to down here. So almost all the way, because when crawling and stalking through bushes, it's much easier if you have cordura on the whole front, and it's much better protection. I will add Velcro, like here, on the lowest part of cordura, because then I can add some pads to the whole front. On the front side of the jacket we have got those two pockets down here, but for stocking those pockets are not good, not in a good place. And I want to attach cordura to the front, so I will remove those pockets with a sharp knife, and I will think about replacing them somewhere else on this jacket or on the pants. Now I removed those pockets. I decided to place them on my shoulders, or let's say on my arm, right here. So when laying on the ground, I can reach them quite easy. For this, I also had to remove the shoulder pockets, and I will place those small pockets somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but I'm sure I will find a place to attach those small pockets. I also cut my cordura. This will be here in this area. So now I can have all my cordura cut for the legs, for the arms, and for the front of the jacket. So now I can start to sew on the cordura. For sewing I still use this good old Borletti sewing machine. It's from my grandma, but it still works really good. I start with the front side of the jacket, so now I attached this 500 denier cordura to the jacket. Again, it's a Ghillie Suit. It has to be strong, but it doesn't have to look good and all straight and all clean. It has to be destructive, so it's okay when it's uneven and not all straight. You can even sew by hand, but I prefer using the sewing machine since it is a lot faster and easier for me. I just started to attach fedora to the elbow sections. Now you can see it's quite handy that I cut this open so I can sew inside of the sleeve. This makes it quite easy to attach the fedora. Now I'm attaching the fedora to the front side of the pants. You can see I even cut the whole pants. So now for me it's easier to sew on the fedora. This is the inside of the pants, and now I can sew on the fedora quite easy. So this is really cool. I just finished the fedora work. It's a lot of work, or it was a lot of work. You can see I used Velcro to do this pouch-like fedora front. It goes from down here all the way up around the pocket and all the way up. Same on the other side. When sewing on fedora on the pants, it's important that they watch out for this area, that there is no tension, because otherwise it will rip when you're using the ghillie. Okay, same on the jacket. You remember, I removed those pockets. Now there is fedora and also fedora on the arms, or let's say elbows. And you can see they are still open for the net. I even already attached those big pockets from the front to my shoulders. Now I can start with adding the net. I start with the jacket. For this I use this edge as a reference point. There I place my net. Just the right way. Then I will start to sew around. I will not make any edges or foldings because it doesn't disturb me. I'm sewing on this seam, so it's all strong and it will all be durable. Now I'm doing the arms, or the net for the arms. For attaching the net to the arms, I turn the arms inside out, and then I place the net on this edge, just like this, and I will sew this edge. This is how the arms look right now. You can see this is the mesh, so I will get a lot of air to the inside of my arms, and this is all reinforced with fedora all around. On the front side it's still tight because of animals like ticks or ants that they cannot come in. This is how it looks now. You can see I have attached net to the backside of the pants, to the arms, and to the backside of the jacket. Now I need to make a hood out of net, and I want to add some kind of flap, so I don't have to cover those pockets with camo net. I will make a flap out of this net, and then I will attach the camouflage net on top of this net. But first I want to make the hood. There's nothing magical about making a hood. In my opinion, a hood has to be big, so you can hide binoculars or other equipment underneath your hood, and you can use your hood as some kind of screen for what you're doing with your hands. Okay, for making a hood I use this long piece. I fold it, and now I will just sew here and then here. So then I have a nice big hood shaped hood. Oh voila! This is the hood. Now I can open this piece and I will sew this onto the shoulder piece or the shoulder area of my jacket. But first, before finishing the hood, I will use some of the removed fabric and sew it on to the hood in the neck area, because otherwise dirt will fall through the mesh onto my neck, and this will avoid dirt to fall on my neck. This is the hood. Now it's almost finished. You can see here is the fabric I just sewed on, and on the inside I have got this buckle. This buckle is for a special function. I've shown this function in my previous ghillie cape review video. So here's one piece and the other piece is in the neck area of the jacket. So now I can stick this together, and now I only have to attach those sides with some extra length to the jacket. So we'll make one sewing here and one there, and then the hood is attached to the jacket. I just attached the hood, you can see, only on both sides. Maybe I will make a longer sewing, I'm not sure about. I will have to try it out. Now I will remove the standard hood, but I will leave some hood because then I can use it. Still use it for protecting my neck from cold winds. Yeah, sorry, I know it's kind of uncool because it's inside, but it's raining quite heavy outside and I don't want the ghillie suit to be wet when I'm working on it. So this is ghillie right now. This is how it looks. So you can see fedora on almost the complete front and ventilation on the back. The hood is big, so it can cover my face. So it's kind of face weight. And I can also work underneath it with my gloves and place things underneath it. Alright, now I've got this piece of net left. I will use this to cover up those pockets. So now I will sew this net on, and then I can start to attach the camouflage net. So I finished the basic ghillie suit, the jacket and pants. Now on this base I can start the real ghillie work. That means I'm using this Czech Army camo net. I really like it because it's military grade, so it doesn't really burn, and it's also lightweight and strong. It has got net on it and this mossy kind of stuff. I make a raw cut, make this cut a bit larger to make sure it's not too small. I try to choose areas with color changes like this to break out the single leg or arms and back and head even more. So this breaks out the human outline better than when you're doing like one leg green, the other brown. So I choose this color change area. I only need to attach this net from here to here because here I have some overlap with the jacket. So it would be a waste of material and extra weight which I don't need. For attaching this net to the base of the ghillie suit, I'm using extra strong yarn. Or what you also can use is unwaxed dental floss. It's really strong and the knots are tight and don't open themselves. So it's a lot of handwork, but on jacket and on other exposed parts you can try to use the sewing machine and just sew it on with zigzag stitching and then add some points. Important is you have to lay the ghillie suit on ground or over your leg without any waves, because when I add the net and you have got waves underneath, you will have tension and it will rip off. So make sure it's flat on the ground, the net is flat, and now you can start at one edge and attach the net. Now I started to attach the material which breaks out the outline even more. For this I use wool, burlap in different colors, some raffia in light green, but only the little spots. I'll use this desert camouflage net, but only in little stripes to add some highlighting. And I'm using this camo net. I cut out small pieces and I attach them like this. So this gives it like a leafy look. At first I start with burlap. I only make little strands, like out of 3 to 6, and not green into green and brown into brown. Don't mix it too much, because otherwise you will lose your pattern. Some people say you start at the bottom and work yourself up to the head, but I tell you, don't do this. Add stuff more randomly, because in nature you don't have this tight structure, and if you start from the bottom and work yourself up, it may end that you have too much burlap on your ghillie suit. Okay, now I will add all of this stuff and I will show you how the ghillie suit looks. Now we are in the field and now I'm going to show you the ghillie suit, how it is finished. So I have got this face veil because the hood is extra big. I have 2 holes, so I can look through these holes. I can roll this piece up and place it on my head. I've got this elastic chin strap, so the hood doesn't move, it doesn't slide off. The buckle in the neck is handy because now I can open it. I can place the hood in front of me, so when I'm on the ground and I'm crawling, I can place the hood in front of me and I can attach or remove natural vegetation. Shoulder pockets are big, so I can place a lot of stuff in here, like laser rangefinder, for example, or scissors, magazines, almost everything. Down here I've got the smaller pocket for compass. Also got this nice little pocket down here, and also big pocket here. I can even place my binoculars inside this pocket. So this is really cool, because when I'm laying on the ground I want to avoid big movements, and this is where I can work quite easy. Yeah. Those mesh parts on the sleeves are really cool for ventilation, but in future I will use heavy mesh, and underneath it I will add some mosquito netting, because it's not fine enough to keep ticks out and to keep ants out. Okay, let's move down. Front side of fedora, so I can crawl quite easy, nothing can snag. Only this button I can close it, so it will not disturb. Also here, all fedora. I really love those big pockets. Backside is also all mesh. You can see breaks out the outline quite good. I only added some little pieces of burlap and some of this camouflage netting. So it's kind of minimalistic, but it works quite good. Okay, on the back side. On the back side I have got this buckle in the middle to avoid this back part to slide off. But I can open it to have full access to all my pockets. So all in all, I really like this ghillie suit. I already used it on ghillie meeting in the Netherlands. I have to say, this bright green stuff is in some areas a bit too bright, so I had to spray paint it. All in all, I really like this ghillie suit. I hope you liked the video on how to make this ghillie suit. Maybe try it out, and looking forward to see you again. Bye.